Presentation for Chinese History 2022, Nanjing University of Post and Telecommunication. The topic: When Socrates meets Confucius.
Confucius. Confucius, Chinese Confuzi or Kongfu, born 551 BC, Chufu State of Liu, died 479 Liu. Ancient Chinese teacher, philosopher, and political theorist. Born into a poor family, he managed stables and worked as a bookkeeper while educating himself. Mastery of the six arts, ritual, music, archery, charioteering, calligraphy, and arithmetic, and familiarity with history and poetry enabled him to begin a brilliant teaching career in his 30s. Confucius saw education as a process of constant self-improvement and held that its primary function was the training of noblemen. He saw public service as the natural consequence of education and sought to revitalize Chinese social institutions, including the family, school, community, state, and kingdom. He served in government posts, eventually becoming Minister of Justice in Liu, but his policies attracted little interest. After a 12-year self-imposed exile during which his circle of students expanded, he returned to Liu at age 67 to teach and write. His life and thoughts are recorded in Lun Yu.
Here comes Socrates. He lived 470 to 399 BCE, the golden age of Athens. Father a sculptor and stonemason, his mother was a midwife. He was a stonecutter in his adulthood and served in the army. He spent most of his time in the marketplace discussing all sorts of things. The oracle of Delphi labeled him the wisest man in Athens. Socrates did not believe he was a wise, so he set out to prove the oracle wrong. There must be someone wiser than I. Since I am not wise at all, this judgment rather than fleeing into exile. Now I would like to invite Omar and Sadi to discuss more about Confucius and Socrates.
Confucius Kongzi. I speak as the spirit of Kongzi. Though I grew up poor and was never employed by the states around me, I devoted my life to self-cultivation and teaching sound principles to my disciples. Then later on, various emperors and others co-opted my thinking to serve their own ends.
I am Socrates, here in spirit, born in 470. My body died in 399 BCE. In the last years of my life, Athens was fighting a losing battle against Sparta. People wanted to return to the old ways, but I insisted that they seek to learn to think courageously, to find the truth. For this, at 70, I was condemned to death.
My life as a model. At 15, I made up my mind to study. At 30, I was established. At 40, I was no longer perplexed. At 50, I understood the will of heaven. At 60, I listened to everything without being unhappy. At 70, I followed all my desires and none of them were against the norms. You would be well advised to do. Likewise,
This is the wrong model. One doesn't learn through mere experience, even such as yours, but from her thinking. And one cannot think clearly unless one is willing to question everything. How else can one begin to search for truth? The truth is unchanging, not to be found in the shifting values of history.
tradition is crucial. We know what allows a person to live a constructive life to contribute to the community. Every day, act so that your behavior lives up to your role. Superiors take responsibilities for their inferiors. Inferiors must follow, otherwise chaos looms. The Duke of Zhou exemplified it centuries ago.
The Duke of Joe? How can you keep citing that old anachronism as a model? His story, his sting, his story is not a good model because it always changes. What about that which is above and behind story? Something which is unchanging, eternal, and hence certain? Did Kongzi ever question himself? An unexamined life is not worth living.
I disagree. To give oneself up to the study of metaphysical theories, that is harmful indeed. What matters most is real, the central value in families and the larger community. When children respect parents, wives respect husbands, younger siblings respect their elders, and administrators respect top leaders, then peace and prosperity result.
Well, what about your family models? Let's take the one you give that says it's okay for a son to protect his father by lying. Does such practice lead to social harmony? By disregarding the duty to the truth here, aren't you teaching a principle that risks corruption of all kinds?
Socrates, if everyone followed your model, there would be no social harmony. Sons would feel free to rebel against their fathers, wives against husbands. Without respect for superiors, no community can survive for long because it will fall into dissension.
Well, we suspend our debate here. Comparators meet in a third space between cultures, while no final judgments are necessary.
We suspended our debate here. More precisely, we and you can think freely back and forth between one wood and the others as part of an educational process.
I am Tanzina Sultana.
Khadija Sweetie.
Hi, I'm Ashik Elahi Sadi.
And hello, I am Omar Muhammad.
Thank you for watching our presentation.
Sheshe.
Sheshe.